In this module, you'll turn on-chain cross-border payments from an interesting idea into a concrete business case. We'll focus on real B2B and B2C flows, quantify impact using a consulting-style ROI lens, and get you ready to advocate confidently inside your organization. Legacy cross-border payments look simple to the customer, but underneath they're full of friction. Capital is trapped in pre-funded Nostro and Vostro accounts. Banks park money around the world just in case, tying up balance sheet and earning little. Operations are heavy. Each hop introduces manual reconciliation, investigations, and exception handling. The network layer adds stacked fees from multiple intermediaries. And FX spreads and risk buffers are often opaque, making end-to-end pricing and unit economics hard to predict or optimize. As you evaluate on-chain cross-border payments, anchor everything to 3 pillars of ROI. First, cost reduction. Fewer intermediaries, fewer reconciliations, and less trapped operational work. This is where you justify hard savings in P&L and headcount avoidance. Second, revenue generation. New pricing models, embedded finance, and products you simply can't offer with T+2 settlement. Third, capital efficiency. Freeing up pre-funded balances and shortening settlement cycles so working capital actually works. Any serious business case you build should trace back to one or more of these pillars. Think of your current cross-border cost per payment as a stack of mini profit and loss problems. You pay correspondent bank fees, SWIFT charges, and then absorb a lot of hidden cost in manual investigations when something breaks. On top of that, you hold FX buffers to protect against rate moves and cutoff times. On-chain rails attack this stack in 2 ways. Fewer intermediaries, so less fee stacking, and much higher straight-through processing, so fewer exceptions and smaller buffers. The result is a structurally lower, more predictable target cost per payment. On-chain infrastructure isn't just cheaper plumbing. It can reshape your entire revenue engine. It lets you package value-added services, premium tracking, rich remittance data, and real-time APIs that customers will pay for. Programmability turns payments into workflows, so you can automate conditional or milestone-based payouts instead of relying on manual operations. And once unit costs drop and automation increases, you can profitably serve corridors and SME or retail segments that were previously uneconomical. In traditional cross-border payments, a lot of money just sits idle in Nostro accounts and local pre-funding arrangements. It's there just in case, which ties up capital and concentrates credit risk in a few counterparties. On-chain rails flip this dynamic. Liquidity can be mobilized on demand across networks with near real-time settlement. The key question becomes, how much payment volume can you process per unit of deployed liquidity? Think of this as your economic engine upgrade. Today, settlement in many corridors is 2 to 3 days. The target is under 5 minutes, which completely changes intraday liquidity management and customer expectations. Instead of chains of correspondent banks, you're aiming for direct network connections with far fewer hops. Pre-funded Nostros lock up capital. On-demand liquidity frees it. Batch, manual reconciliation gives way to automated, deterministic processes. And opaque FX spreads are replaced by more transparent, rebalanced margin sharing across participants. Customer experience might feel soft, but you can tie it directly to numbers. When cross-border payments become predictable and settle in minutes, customers stop worrying, stop calling support, and start trusting the channel. That trust typically shows up as a 10 to 20 point uplift in NPS, especially when you add real tracking transparency. From there, the economics are straightforward. Higher NPS means lower churn, more cross-sell from existing customers, and fewer expensive support or complaint interactions eating into your margin. When you design KPIs for an on-chain cross-border pilot, group them into 4 buckets: efficiency, cost, risk, and customer. Efficiency is about how many payments settle quickly and straight through without manual touch. Cost focuses on the true operational cost per transaction, including liquidity, exceptions, and investigations. Risk covers compliance alerts, errors, and returns. If those spike, your model isn't scalable. Customer is the payoff. Faster, more transparent payments should show up as higher NPS or satisfaction for key segments. Every strong internal pitch follows a simple storyline. Start with the problem. Quantify today's pain in cost, time, and errors using numbers your CFO already trusts. Then describe your solution, the on-chain model, which partners are involved, and where it plugs into existing rails. Next, translate that into expected benefits, a quantified ROI across cost, capital, and customer experience. Finally, spell out the investment, one-time build and integration, ongoing run rate, and the risk controls that keep stakeholders comfortable. Executives don't buy technology. They buy clear, quantified outcomes. Use a simple four-part mental model for your pitch. First, state the current corridor reality in hard numbers: settlement time, cost per payment, and error rate. That's your burning platform. Second, position the on-chain solution as a specific, credible way to change those numbers. Third, translate features into quantified benefits: faster settlement, lower operations cost, and less trapped liquidity. Finally, convert those benefits into a one-year net financial impact with a base case and an upside, so leadership can immediately see what's at stake. When you pitch on-chain cross-border payments, translate the idea into each stakeholder's language. For the CFO, emphasize ROI, payback period, and how this changes capital and liquidity needs. For the COO, focus on straighter processing, fewer exceptions, and stronger controls. For the CPO, highlight faster time to market, better customer experience, and new revenue opportunities. For the CIO, address integration effort, interoperability with existing rails, and vendor and security risk. A strong champion connects the same initiative to all four sets of priorities. Taking this from pitch to production means treating it like any other core payments change. Start by rigorously comparing vendors, costs, compliance posture, integration effort, and which corridors their network actually covers. Then design a focused pilot, one or two corridors with very clear KPIs, success thresholds, and risk controls that risk and compliance sign off on. Only after that do you scale, expanding segments and corridors in phases and locking in a multi-year ROI story for leadership.